Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to be covering Meridius. He made his first appearance in Venom, Volume 5, Issue Number 1, that was released in November of 2021. His real identity is Eddie Brock, who's typically well known as the most popular host to the Venom symbiote, while Meridius is also known as a King in Black. Having variable height and weight, although he jabbered to be somewhat taller than most other iterations of Eddie, I'd say about 6 feet 10 inches tall, while having a slimmer yet very athletic build, around maybe 285 pounds. Also having all gray eyes with no hair, although he does display an 8-pointed headdress, which obviously manifests from his symbiote biomass. Now, just like his brethren, he has Klyntar symbiote biology, having a more advanced form than the other Eddies, and likely more than any other symbiote within the Marvel Universe. He has vast superhuman strength, durability, and stamina, with moderate superhuman speed and agility. Now, his shape-shifting abilities seem to be somewhat more advanced than other symbiotes, being able to almost perfectly mimic the image of any being and their voice. He also has the innate ability to fly and has a special connection to the symbiote's hive mind, meaning that he can pilot any symbiote that he wants, as well as project his consciousness through the timeline. Matter of fact, as far as we know, Meridius is the only one to have perfected this time-traveling process, moving to any point in the future or past with ease, and actually being very familiar with the time-traveling master, Kang the Conqueror. Now, all of these enhanced abilities are due to him being the most highly evolved King in Black ever, very likely being more dangerous than even Null. Now, as we look back, we see that Venom has gone through a lot of changes lately and was beginning to get worn down. From becoming the King of Black, sending his mind across the cosmos to run a symbiote army, and then losing his body to seemingly die. We see that Eddie had also began playing with the idea of time travel through the King in Black's abilities, and on one of these travels, he would end up falling into some sort of garden and meet a couple of other Kings in Black, which is odd since as far as we knew, there aren't other Kings in Black within the universe or even multiverse. We'd learned that Eddie's codex or mind would be stuck in this temporal loop that was called the Garden of Time, being alongside 6 other so-called Kings in Black. And this is when we're introduced to the powerful Meridius, who seems to be the one in charge here. Meridius would cordially greet and then show the newly arrived Eddie around the garden, and offers a questionable explanation for what's going on. And although it isn't initially clear to Eddie what's going on, after a brutal surprise attack by the powerful Bedlam, he would come to learn that Meridius and the other symbiotes in the Garden of Time are all in fact not his friend and not what they seem. He later learning that they're all actually he himself at different stages of his own future. We'd learn from Meridius that the Garden of Time has 7 spiral paths, and he's allowed to walk all the roads that run through time. He alone is the inevitable final form of Eddie Brock, and is therefore in full control. The previous versions were all incarnated in this order, from Eddie Venom, to the despair-filled Finnegan, to the enraged Bedlam, to the cynical Wild, to the cunning apprentice Tyro, and then the powerful combination of all of these worst traits into the one known as Meridius. He is literally the worst and strongest Eddie reality has seen so far. And since Eddie Brock's self-hate has always been a central thing to his character, it's only fitting that his worst enemy could be himself. Yet, despite all the treacherous machinations we'd see Meridius carry out against Eddie, it's clear that this may all be in vain within this circular loop, wherein they're all trapped. So where is this 7th symbiote? Maybe there is hope for these Eddies to be freed from this torment. By the way, has anyone seen Eddie's son, Dylan Brock? I'm pretty sure he's hanging around here somewhere. Now, for his powers and abilities and his influence on the Marvel Universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Meridius a rating of 10, which is a legendary rating. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like, subscribe, and join the new Sage.